This is my Sonic 3 review. Sonic 3 doesn't know what it wants to be. That's what I have to say about this movie. The problem lies in how good it is at some things. Really, the problem lies in how good it is at everything. Let's just take a look at this movie. Because my first thoughts about this movie are that the scenes with Shadow in them are awesome. My second thoughts with this movie are that Shadow kind of made Sonic annoying. The problem is in the contrasting themes and styles of the characters. The scenes with Shadow were moody and mature and serious. The themes with Sonic and the scenes with Dr. Eggman were not serious or mature. While it was fun to see Jim Carrey interact with himself, it also was very strange because now just instead of one character with Jim Carrey humor, we have two. And while, yes, it's hilarious, it is also not my favorite kind of humor. Objectively, it's funny. I laughed. Subjectively, it's not my favorite kind. So that was one problem I had with this movie. The other problem, like I said, is the combination of those three characters. When you have a scene that is super serious, like a couple of the scenes with Maria, with Shadow, and you go from that to Sonic and his family beating each other up with jokes and just cracking jokes constantly, this movie was whiplash in film. Just yanking me back and forth from hilarious moments to serious moments. And honestly, my favorite moments were the serious moments in this movie. I thought it was an incredibly well-made and entertaining movie. And the fact they shot pretty much the whole thing on blue screen, I mean, you have to applaud the actors for playing off of CGI characters and playing off of themselves, right? So, overall, while this movie was very exciting and very funny, I felt that it was of two minds on what it wanted to be. Now, more specifically, I thought that, of course, the CGI was incredible, as it has been for all of these. It looked very good. The characters were quite expressive. Didn't necessarily need a lot of animation to see them making the facial expressions that you thought they should be making in that moment. The voice acting behind those three characters, four, was very, very good. Like I said, I think that Shadow, aka Keanu Reeves, just kind of stole the show every scene he was in. Like I said, whenever Shadow was in a scene, I kind of was annoyed by Sonic. Now, the action in this movie, incredible. Super entertaining. Of course, again, the characters are super quippy. That always elevates the action quite a bit. I thought that the live action people, the actual actors, did a great job, of course, like I said, playing off of the CGI characters that they couldn't even actually see. While at the same time, they played off each other very, very well. I thought it was very cool how closely this movie was based off Sonic Adventures 2, and somehow the game was apparently actually even darker. And I think the changes that they made in this movie are very, very good from what I've seen of Sonic Adventures 2. This movie made a lot. I mean, you don't want to say more kid friendly because it's already a kid friendly game, but it translated it really, really well to the screen, and it just looked great all around. The scenes at the beginning that took place in Japan just looked so cool. They were very visually striking, and it was awesome to see. You've already got all those lights around, and then to see Shadow's red and Sonic's blue racing through there. just looked great. The contrast was amazing. And then, of course, whenever they make the power go out in the city and it makes them stand out even more, again, very good. Obviously, the story, like I was saying, it's not, because the story is so deep for Shadow, it then becomes, it points out the shallowness of Sonic and the rest of the characters' stories. The other thing that I had in this movie is how obvious they made it that Shadow is a dark mirror of Sonic. They said it 3 or 4 times, just straight up, you would be him if you had not found a family on Earth. And I think that for something like that, you gotta, I mean, it's super obvious just with the designs of the characters that Shadow is a dark mirror of Sonic, but at least don't say it, right? Like, that was the one gripe I had with the writing, was that it told me that. It told me who the villain was. And, you know, it doesn't say that the professor guy was going to destroy the world. It is awesome that the moon got destroyed. I have to say, that was stunning. I did not expect the moon to be destroyed, and apparently that did happen in the game as well. So we're moving towards a different Earth than we have of our Earth, obviously. And that's a good thing, I think, because for the franchise to continue, it doesn't just need to be Sonic running around Earth beating up Eggman. We gotta get more story going on in different places, get some more lore in there so that this can go 15 movies like the director is saying he wants it to. So, overall, I thought that Sonic 3 was a great Sonic movie, definitely the best of the 3, but at the same time, as far as a movie goes, it didn't really know what it wanted to be, and I think there was too much Jim Carrey. Most people won't think there's too much, but I think there was too much Jim Carrey. So, you know, I would give this like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10 if I was rating it. So, I'm Judah Eiler. This has been True View Radio, and I will see you all next time. Farewell, friends.